Hello everybody and welcome to another group of a mess of AOs. The enigmatic and mysterious Malachim of the group, played by Adrian. Hello, welcome.
Hello.
Perfect. What happened last time, gang? During episode 12, Ascending Grace.
That's a good pun on the name, by the way.
Very well.
Thank you. Yeah, very proud.
Pretty well.
Missed the image, but that's fine.
I didn't know what to put in here tonight.
The sending scroll?
Sending scrolls?
I guess I can find something. But you guys tell us what happened.
Oh god. Combat kind of ensued.
Yeah.
We continued to try and stall and negotiate for a while, but then things went wrong.
We threatened someone successfully, but it turns out they can't be threatened. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. The situation
so
was
So
could
I
have been
poisoned
better.
him instead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some stabbing
Poisoned,
happened.
Poisoned.
I think the big thing was that Aaron got to use his mocking ability for the first time, which was exciting.
Yeah.
Turning to
Maybe.
Angel Boy.
Converting a follower of Rion.
Yeah.
Oh,
In the
that I
beginning,
honestly, like the combination of that play with everything what was happening inside kind of saved our asses though.
Yeah. Like, basically took away the combat from the debate team, I guess.
Yeah,
Tanya
and
and
then-
Acheron as a debate team.
Debate team.
Yeah.
Wow.
Partly
And then-
against the murder.
And then there's just me, Malcolm, in the middle, trying to like stop both. It's like,
Yeah.
everybody shut up! Stop what you're doing!
There was like window jumping, I think, at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's window jumping. Yep.
3-point
some
hero
crotch.
landing.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
no,
Oh, yeah,
he
some
landed
crotch
in
smushing.
his,
Yeah, but the
Cecilia's
knight
saddle,
did a
yeah.
3-point hero.
Oh yeah, the knight, sure. Yeah, well, fuck the knight. But, there was some character development in that. Aaron took a chance on Ginevra, who didn't do a single thing.
Excuse me?
What do you mean?
That he knows though.
Excuse me?
Whatever you
knows
did,
so.
he was unconscious. He doesn't know what you
Yeah.
did. So he's like, take a chance on Ginevra to like keep me safe, and then,
And then buck.
nothing else. Yeah, it's
You
like,
were
oh,
fine.
okay.
Not enough time.
Maybe to run into the enemy next time. Jeez.
Yeah,
He was ready to go. He was ready to book it, but he's like, no, like maybe now's the chance to start caring about people once more, and he'd take a chance. And
Then he got knocked the fuck out.
yeah, it's like, well, that's what
Ew.
happens when you trust people, TM.
That's what happens when you run into the enemy. You get punked.
I think we could all agree that if you had
Two
just
level
not looked out
9s.
the window like I told you, you would have been. JK. It actually worked out super well.
There was also a lot
Yeah.
of dick measuring contests between this Grand Inquisitor Theocrasis
Yeah.
and this veteran agent called Miron about whose cardinal is cooler than the other.
Mm-hmm.
Acheron also contributed to that.
That's for sure.
And yeah, after Aaron was knocked unconscious, Ginevra was like, "Stop, please, fuck."
I mean, this is, well, go back. We started a fight. Well, I started
Yeah.
a fight.
You started the fight.
I started a
Drugged someone.
I used all of my. I poisoned someone. I used all of my charm that I had by threatening someone, and it didn't work. So I had no other options other than violence. So I did as I do best, and I did the violence, and I poisoned the Inquisitor so he could get fucked.
That turned out well.
It
Good
did.
That was
choice.
useful.
Yeah, that was really good.
It's very
And
angry
now-
at you, but it's okay.
I mean, it's on him. Could have walked away.
Woo! Mm-hmm.
You can raise it with the cardinal.
Thankfully,
See how far
she's
that gets
us.
consistent.
You can file a formal complaint.
Yeah.
All right, and it was a huge, like, tense moment where you guys waited for a response from everybody, and after sending the message, the DM thinking, and eventually,
Having a long discussion in her head between two sides of herself.
yeah, that's basically how
The
it
GM
is.
experience.
Just playing with yourself.
Yeah. Oh no!
Oh, God.
Oh no! Wait, no, no!
What?
Don't say it like
Phrasing!
that.
God damn it!
Oh my god! Okay, it's already spiraled out of control. Eventually, Theocrasis says out loud that there will be an official investigation in Cardinal Blanc's methods. There's been some promises made between the both parties, and Lumina has given up the extermination order on Erin, or the Devil's Spawn, and the party has been put under the supervision of the agents of Cardinal Blanc. Yeah.
We stand.
Yeah.
Love that. Okay.
Looking forward to that.
What could go wrong?
Nothing.
What could go
Nothing
wrong?
whatsoever.
Yes, it will be very well behaved.
No.
No problem.
Like, regardless, no.
It's gonna be black for you guys, don't worry about it.
Okay.
Okay.
It's thematic for me.
Yeah, yeah. Because speaking of Erin, let's go a little bit sentimental, shall we? Erin, the world around you is pitch black. Empty, eternal, detached darkness. What disturbs your eternal sleep and peace is a creeping cold. A cold that returns the ability to feel with all your limbs. But you rather not feel, that is. But the cold doesn't care. With the awareness of this cold, you also realize that you're lying on something unyieldingly hard and equally cold as the air around you. That all your limbs ache and your head thunders with a pounding headache. Yet the chill brings some energy to your limbs and anxiousness to your mind. You will your eyes to flutter open, furiously blinking away a milky membrane blurring your surroundings. It is dark in here. On this other side of your eyelids, but there's light as well. A blinding light shining down on your face. It soars at the end of this darkened and natural cave or tunnel. Your eyes water as you take in this light, but you manage to stumble upwards and force yourself to behold the world around you clearly, despite how it blinds you and how the pain affects you. You bump into something hard on your way towards that light, and then stumble over something hard on the ground, but with great effort, feeling a stiffness in your limbs that is beyond description. You continue, half crawling, half walking towards the light who grows by each step you take. Then once more, the wind takes you. Scattering your hair and clothes around violently, and 1,000 needles bites into your face and any other skin that is exposed. The world appears to be stark white, but it's snow. A blizzard. You are in the mountains again, you realize. Back to that beginning you never asked for. Back to that pain. You look behind you once more into the darkness of the calm of whence you came, to shield your eyes and face from the onslaught of the weather. There on the ground, gleaming in the darkness, the blue stone, shining, illuminating the cave, illuminating your face. You recognize it. You remember. This is the stone that you found, that beckoned, that you whispered to. And now, it whispers back. You can't understand what it says, but you become enthralled by a swirling wave of energy that you can now see within its crystalline depth. What do you want to do?
I stare into the crystal and see what's inside.
Make me an occult check with intelligence, please. Wow. It's the 1d20, eh?
Flat 20.
You stare at it, swimming inside for a few seconds in this random but agitated pattern. And you slowly realize that to you, it resembles the pattern and the activity of a soul. A great pulse of cobalt blue light explodes out of the stone, reverberates through your body, and in that brief moment of contact, you feel it. It is faint and gigantic at the same time, but unmistakably so. There's something alive in there. Something that wants something out of you. But whatever it was, it overloaded your senses to the point that the world spins on its axis and your mind returns into that merciful darkness of unconsciousness before your body hits the cold stone floor. And that's it. Just turn here, huh? To reality. Let's set some ambience first. Perfect, and we still have a little bit of rain going on. Has calmed down a little bit though. Okay. In the real world, relief is a new word of today. Weapons are slowly being tucked away, postures relaxing fully, and some of the people inside share some hasty smiles of makeup and forgiveness. It takes a few minutes before anyone moves from their spot. A bit of shock from all of the events, but as limbs turn into motion once more, Ancient Meulen takes a step down the stairs and regards everybody in the room, seeing that Inquisitor Theocrasus looks like he will fall over any second.
Good for him.
Good.
Brilliant.
Everyone smiles a little bit at that.
Mirren says, brilliant. Let's cooperate. Titani Acheron, you sit down in that, by that table in the middle of the room. We will search you and your bags. Do not resist. We will confiscate anything dangerous and give it back to you when you need to defend yourself. We have a lot to talk about, but let's start here.
While they're
actually-
doing that, sorry, yeah, if you wanna.
Yeah, I just have a response. Everyone's gonna try and say, actually, just to make sure this gets out before anyone leaves, let's start with who poisoned him and what's going on there. Assuming you all did actually try to do your jobs correctly.
That was actually what I was going to mention.
There you go.
I would follow what they say for the meantime. I don't know whether they will have any reason to give any more information if their purpose here is just to make sure that you leave your weapons.
Their purpose here is to follow LeBlanc's orders, which includes Aaron being alive.
Well, that's what I was going to mention to the good knight here. Unless there is any antidote that the agents possess. He has been poisoned, and I'll turn to the knight. And with knights here, you don't call them sir or anything. They're just called a knight.
I mean,
It's like Sir Knight.
either they're like a knight, we can call them the
Mm.
knight, or you can call them sir and then their name.
Okay. Yeah, then I can say he's been Sir Knight. He has been poisoned. I don't know the nature of this poison, but if it is one degrading to the health, then it is extremely dangerous to leave him in this state. He could slip away without us even realizing. So, to prevent us from all failing our missions, I would suggest that he receive some form of healing. With this, well, from outside, I noticed that this was something you were particularly blessed with. Would this be something you would be able to do?
He turns towards the Inquisitor, who's like sat down now on the crate. His head.
I was talking about Aaron rather than the Inquisitor.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But
just
the
to
knight
say.
looks towards the Inquisitor to get permission to do so, or ask for guidance at this point. And Grand Inquisitor Thecrassus is now sitting heavily on top of the crate, his hand, his head in his hands, groaning to himself.
I guess just to sweeten this, Akron will like pipe up to the back and say, "If you help Aaron, I'll tell you what I poisoned him with."
There's a little bit of like, wait, what's going on right in the face of Thecrassus, but he catches what the situation is moments thereafter. Well, your assistance would be most helpful in both our cases. For now, we are cooperating, and apparently we needed this person alive, this devil spawn alive. So, if you have something left in you after that scuffle we heard upstairs, it would be most welcome. I don't think that Cardinal LeBlanc would appreciate our devil span having a destroyed kidney and liver.
Thank you.
And the knight walks over first to the Inquisitor, a warm golden light emanating from his hand as he touches his shoulder, pumping in 5 from his pool of lay on hands.
What a waste.
Oh, you need to do 5.
No, it's Zacron's comment because he wasn't gonna
Zacron's
die,
comment.
and now I've
Poison.
wasted my poison, so Zacron's
Yeah.
Oh yeah, oh, I see.
Yeah.
And
No,
immediately,
Zacron's comment.
immediately Theocratus straightens up and like rolls his shoulders and massages his head. Oh, that's much better. Thank you, sir. Knight doesn't make any comment other than nod and walks over there. Does the same thing for Aaron. Oof. We're still during the incubation time for Aaron, so that's great. That was a death cap poison. Ooh.
I'm still unconscious though, right?
I was
Yes,
right.
that you are.
But
just
you
not-
are alive and not going to die imminently. You're
With his
welcome.
kidneys.
He's still unconscious.
Whew.
He being smart.
Steak was fine.
And here is more of a like a slap on the shoulder rather than a more of a careful slap on the shoulder. Actually, it's a bit more like, I don't know who you are, so a little bit alien, but in the same time you look rather radiant to me, so I'm gonna do like a quick touch. Very specific.
Like touching a hot stove.
Yeah. In and out quickly. And takes a step back. Goes over to Theocrasis and like leans over a little bit, his like a whole silver form, and whispers something in his ear.
Can I look at his lips?
Ooh. Yeah, you're able to angle yourself looking at his lips. You hear or you understand him saying, target looked like an angel and insinuated that he was. Do you know what this means? And Theocrasis like immediately stretches up his back, furrows his brow as he regards Mahalis a little bit, and then he shakes his head, both signaling that he doesn't know and that it's not their prerogative to find out.
So where are we ordered to sit down? Because it said like the middle table, and there's 3 middle tables. So did he like indicate anywhere?
Miron comes down the stairs, walk up after you, a little bit careful, still around you, but doesn't have his guard down completely, and mentions for the table that is a little bit further in.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll go over there, but I'm going to sit on the table instead of in one of the chairs.
Titania will, upon being told to be searched, she'll just start like taking out her bags and just opening them up, and book on the table, another book, and just like laying out all her belongings, just to
Tower of books.
Oh.
yeah, just to make it, because yeah, if they want to search, she doesn't have anything dangerous aside from a crossbow, and she'll just hand that over. She'll just like, this is all I have, and just lay it on the table.
Patron just sits on the table. If they wanna search them, they can search me properly. I'm not gonna make it any easier for them.
Are you alright?
Oh,
Yeah.
Patron.
Yeah. Kaya. Hi.
Akron just kind of looks at you flatly, and there's like very little just empty stare. Not a lot going on there. He just kind of gives like a half shrug. Not dead.
Now maybe this isn't what you wanted, but I'd call it a success.
I love being captive.
There.
At least Horse Boy's alive.
Yeah, okay.
Akron's wait to be searched, I guess.
Yeah.
I'll just be supporting them in whatever they need from the church side or Lumina's side.
Well, actually, the Inquisitor he sits down quite heavily by the table here. There's a few small openings in his armor here and there that the blood has coagulated by now, but he's been a little bit bruised, and he gives you a respectful nod. Could you help with this, priestess?
I can try.
I would be
Just
most thankful.
uh
This would be Rion, and as many gifts.
though I will say I'm not nearly as clearly blessed as our good knight here.
He turns his permanent frown towards you. I mean, just look at him. And flatly say to you, with time and devotion, you can accomplish much.
I hope to. I'm still learning.
Alright. What will you do to be our Grand Inquisitor?
Can I use one of the healing kit's uses that allows them to recover hit points, right?
Let me double check.
Healing kits don't give health.
Nope.
They don't.
They stabilize.
Okay. Is that like a
Unless
feat?
you got a special
I think that's a feat.
Unless
yeah.
unless you have the healing
Yeah,
feat.
okay. Yeah. Okay, it's that feat. Okay. So there's no way that I can tend to his wounds with the healer's kit by like wrapping them up and putting on salves and that kind of thing.
Well, you can do that, but he was asking for something else.
Yeah, but that's like I said. I'm nowhere near as proficient as the person who's right here who can do it for much less than me. Can I attempt to persuade him that he's in better hands with the knight?
You can try.
Okay. Okay. Is that manipulation?
It depends upon how you roleplay it.
So I was saying it as I can try, but I can't guarantee that they'll heal well. That I'll be able to do nearly as good a job as the knight we have here, who I've seen is clearly far more blessed and far more favored in this area than I. I could do my best, but I'm still early on. Still have much to learn. That he already clearly has a far closer connection to Rion.
Okay. Yeah. You can technically heal, but you don't want to. That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah,
So-
because if I lose that soul, it's gonna be a pain in the ass to get it back.
all right, then yeah, that deception manipulation.
Okay. Ugh.
Oh,
Okay. Well, at least I didn't roll that for the healing, because that would be really bad. Okay. If I can't convince him, then I'll try. I mean, I guess. What does he say back to me?
Yeah, he treats any roll in this that is 9 or lower as a 10. That's a 22. Really good at what it does. He gives you a piercing gaze. And for a second, you wonder to yourself if he's gonna call you out on it. You can feel a little bit of cold sweat trickling down. Your forehead.
I'll answer like, if you really wish to, I can try. I'm just saying for you. It's
Then
been
he,
quite a stressful evening.
Then he gives you a fake smile and says, "Very well, is it Ginevra?"
Would you like me to try?
If you are so concerned, I will lean on my knight friend here. You sit down and take it easy.
As you wish.
Okay. This man over here is gonna come over to the table. Look at you both. Right, so, I'm going to search you. It's gonna be very thorough. I'm not a creep. This is just what I have to do.
Whatever
Okay,
you
girls?
have to tell yourself, man. Whatever makes you feel better.
I'm doing this for me, not for you.
If you say so.
that just makes it sound worse.
Wow, don't they have a girl on your side and they're still sending a man to do it? Did you volunteer? Oh, wait,
I
you're
did.
not a creep. Oh, excuse me. You're not a creep. That
I'm
what you
just
said?
very good at what I do.
See, now it's creepy. Isn't it creepy, Titania?
I mean, if he had just kept his mouth shut, I would have been much more comfortable with it, but now I feel like I have a problem.
I know. It seems. I don't know. This
He
seems a little
starts to
forward. I don't know
search
if we-
whilst giving you a bump of smile.
Akron's gonna make it like it's like isn't resisting, but is making it as annoying as possible. Like he's gonna have to like physically lift up their arms. There's like limp arms, just not moving around, like making it as like still cooperating, but staying just barely in the cooperating category.
Oh, well, then he pushes on your shoulder so you fall down on the table with your back on it.
Yep.
Yeah? And then he just rolls you over. He doesn't really care. And you, like, a candle goes flying on the ground, the sizzles out. And he, is, humming on a little, dainty tune to himself as he does it.
Yep. Akron's just trying to be as annoying as possible in this.
Alright. Then put all the things, and I trust in you to do this, all the things that are considered dangerous from your inventory in a special part of your inventory.
Do I have special rules for this?
I mean, they would take rope, they would take kits, they would take potions, they would take gold, they would take your weapons. They would keep your armor though.
Oh, okay.
None
So,
of us have armor.
and did you
And
say put this
torches.
in the party inventory?
Yeah, that might be a good idea, but like section it
Okay.
off so
Yeah.
you know what belongs to you and not somebody else.
Um,
Torches, of course. Basically, you would be left with nothing but your clothing and your armor.
Akron would put up a fight to keep the pan flute. Maybe even like a physical one.
Oh, okay. So let's.
Do they take Titania's books?
Mm-hmm.
Like the second someone touches the pan flute, Acheron like snarls like that's mine, and is like not backing down on that front.
Whoa, Wildcat! Just calm down. It's only a job.
Put it back, or you'll lose fingers.
You will lose more than that if you fight against me.
Look, it's clearly sentimental. It's not any harm. Can you just leave it?
Oh, Priestess, I didn't know it was so important that you would butt yourself into this conversation. Well, I need to take an
It's
extra...
loud enough. I don't need to butt myself in. It's quite clear to the rest of the people here.
Right, Priestess. I need to take an extra careful look at it. Borrow it to me for a while.
You better watch yourself.
I will do it right in front of your nose.
Then do it.
Alright? He
But you give me
gingerly
it
takes
back.
it up like it's like yesterday's like molded food in two of his fingers. He sniffs it. Touches it all over. Looks in every little hole. Do you have something hidden in your pamphlet?
No, Akron's just really protective of it.
Yeah.
And then he tests like how structurally sound it is, and if you can turn it into a stabbing weapon by making the ends of the flute more sharp. But it's a pan flute.
Titania will place her spell book onto the table.
Mhm.
This is the last thing she takes out of her pack. And she says, "You're more than welcome to read through these. But I'd ask for them back. And this one in particular, I've been given orders from you-know-who, from the Cardinal, to hold on to this at all costs. So you're more than welcome to read through it, take a look at it, but I just have to ask that you give it back."
Over your shoulder, a rather lithe hand comes over your vision and goes over to the table and takes the books that is there. You look up into this this face of a rather prim and proper young man, and they say, "Finally, I've been waiting forever for this." And with like a huff, it just takes it from you without saying anything, promises or make you feel any better about it, and just goes over to the other side of the room.
So all my notes and my spellbook?
Yeah, she took all the pile. The whole pile. Just gobbled it up in her arms.
Tanya's just gonna stare at her the rest of the time. Okay, so I've put my crossbow and my crossbow bolts and my alchemist supplies. I'm gonna put those into the party stuff.
Yeah.
Which
Perfect.
I'm assuming those also wait, did it not save? I think it didn't save. 1 second. And then I guess the books. Okay, great.
I made a note to do that later, considering how long and the amount of work it takes for me to type stuff up and move things. And
Okay.
read
No.
back and forth and
Just as you know what is in your inventory currently and what is not in your inventory currently.
Mhm.
Perfect.
When the guy finds nothing in the pan flute, I'll just look at him and say, "See?"
You can see their eyes going back between Ginevra and Akron, and then like with a mock bow, and like presenting it flatly in his palm of his hand, like he's giving you a sword or something like that. He presents it back to you. Only because I like ya. Gives a wink.
Patron will snatch it back and say, "Thanks, fuckface. Now, are you done? Can I get back to my work? Or sitting here, I guess, since I don't have any work."
Yes, well, I'm just gonna take all of this and disappear into the night. Oof.
I'm just declaring murderously and holding, like, the pan flute close.
And he,
Like, it's very, like, if I were allowed to kill you, you'd be dead, kind of. Fuck.
and he disappears from the tavern with his arms just full of all your stiffs. The Meulen has disappeared upstairs. Comes down. His arms are also full with stuff that is taken from your bags upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
And he stops to take whatever is on Aaron's body, except for his armor and his clothing, and hands it over to people who seems to be standing around guarding the foyer. Who seems to be going somewhere with the steps. Comes back in again and sits down with a bit of with a puff.
It's awfully far away for a conversation, Meulen. Why don't you get a little closer?
His eyes goes over the people in the tavern, and he says, "Soon, 72994. For now, we wait." Very nice eye roll there. I saw it. I appreciate it.
Akron does not look pleased, but I think that goes without saying. The Akron is gonna look back towards the kitchen where, Medea disappeared and just for a hot moment. See if they can peek anything going on back there.
Well, you can see the huddled up people of the workers of the tavern, basically staying in the kitchen. They have relaxed a little bit by now, like found chairs and stuff like that, and like leaning against the tables, and they're whispering very, very quietly to each other, and constantly looking out the door, waiting for something to happen, just keeping each other safe in there. No sign of Medea.
Titania's watching this person. What are they doing?
Going through all of your notes, all of your books.
Just reading?
Flipping through it for now. Finding passages or stuff that is of interest, and then stops and take a look at it. They started with your spellbook.
Mm-hmm.
But after flipping through a little bit of it...
I want to... Would Titania be able to tell if they are reading the spellbook, the Copta, in the spellbook fluently? Or are they just skimming, like, without, like, taking a moment to read the actual text? Would she be able to tell?
Make me a perception intelligence for that with advantage.
With advantage? Hell yeah. Okay. It's my perception intelligence. It's really good. Yep. 17.
Yes. They know how to read it.
Okay, cool.
Is the Inquisitor giving any more orders? Is he just chilling out on the table?
He is mostly watching quite intently. Also watching. There's the person over in the corner, and Meulen. And Meulen catches this and like stands up and blocks his view of the person in the corner, giving a hasty smile as an apology.
Is the woman in the back just chilling out as well? The blonde-haired woman.
She has her crossbow lying in her lap, and she has turned the chair around so it faces everyone else, and she is just slouching on it, not touching her crossbow, but it's lying there loaded, and she is keeping a very, very watchful eye over Acheron and Titania.
Oh, if there's someone with a crossbow watching me, I won't misbehave in the way I wasn't thinking of doing that, so never mind.
What's the sparrow doing?
She is dead-faced, staring into the fire, not moving a muscle. Kind of casually sitting down besides Aaron's unconscious body. Everyone else, like, keep a wide berth around Aaron, but she's just sitting there with, like, perfect posture and just stares into the flames.
I guess I wait.
Right?
Tanya is just keeping a heavy watchful eye on the sparrow woman and the person with her spellbook. If that person gets enough time to copy down spells, Titania's going to intervene. That's all I'm saying.
No, you can actually see them flip through the book and get to the end and kind of shake her shoulders, being a little bit unimpressed by it, and then picking up your notes.
Okay, that makes sense.
Kind of like flipping at its side a little bit flippantly. And you can see them basically, just from their expressions on their face, trashing whatever notes you have in their mind.
Mm-hmm.
Like the world's worst critic.
Good for her. She can
Sort of
enjoy
a
it.
bit unusual academia.
True!
Perhaps, indeed. The Inquisitor takes the room in after getting some help from the knight, getting blocked his clear view of the person in the corner. You are all quite tight-lipped, I see. There's more levels of secrecy here than I thought. I can clearly see that we are not welcomed. Be it as may. I didn't like the company anyway. And he stands up from his chair and once again Meulen shifts himself to continue blocking the view. And he simply nods. Grand Inquisitor. Just that simple sentence as a goodbye.
I'll give him a nod. A gracious one, like not just a like, yeah, see ya, like a, respectful.
Mm-hmm. We will use the rooms that we have at the nearby inn over the street, the smaller one, the hostel. If you need us, you know where to find us. Good night.
Good night.
And may Rion shine on your paths.
And yours.
Knight nods. And both him and the Inquisitor starts leaving the inn. As the knight goes past the sparrow, there's just a little tap of her shoulder, and she rather mechanically just stands up and follows the knight out. And they all disappear. To the night. Nope.
Wasn't Crossbow Lady with the other group first?
Oh yeah, she was. She also follows.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I was so confused.
I thought she was with the.
It's like, what kind of double crossing's going on here?
And this agent over here comes back. Who gives you all a flash a smile towards Acheron and Titania, coming back empty-handed, and goes up here and looks down on the chair that's still sitting there and shrugs his shoulder and sits down exactly where the other agent did.
Just murderous looks. For him specifically right now.
Yeah, he just cockily sits down on the chair. He doesn't have his weapon in his lap or anything like that. He has his arms crossed and is giving you that kind of cocky smile of, let us see you try anything. It would amuse me.
What was it Heroes Light said? Someone's coming down with a bad case of natural causes. A mood.
And
So I guess I'll look at the man across the table from me and say, so are we all going to talk or just some of us? And kind of lean my head around to the kitchen.
that point, Meulen holds up a hand and says, let's wait a little bit longer. I want my associate to return to me with the news that our friends has properly left the premises first.
Of course.
And you sit around in silence for a little bit longer. Just you watching them and them watching you.
Can I get a beat on the kind of the mood of the evident leader here?
All right.
If he's concerned or happy with the outcome or etc. Seems worried in any kind of way.
Yeah, sure. Make a empathy composure for me. So you're trying to read his emotional state.
$14.
He has a very relaxed face. That you can see that he has clearly, carefully removed any points of emotional expression. He's not dead-faced, like the sparrow was. It's just that he has carefully made sure that his face remains this pleasant and calm neutral. And it's very hard to figure out what is actually going on beneath that veneer. Then eventually a soldier seems to come in and nods towards Meulen. He gives a bit of a deep breath, then stands up. Right. Now we are properly alone.
Aren't we still missing someone?
Yes. Let me rectify the situation. We are going to put these lovely ladies over there into a secure location either way. And he quickly goes behind the bar, talks softly with the girls inside. I rolled for everyone's
Is that agent
gender.
talk for like kill them? By the way, just curious. Is that like agent talk for like they're getting whacked because they saw too much?
So paranoid.
No. You can get worried for a while and like, oh my god, what's going to happen? But for now, he only tells them softly that they should head upstairs to their personal quarters.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
Could have
Oh
really,
my God.
Could have really could have turned Ginevra to her side. Imagine she witnesses the death of 4 innocent innkeepers at the hands of the church. What better way to like get you to be like,
Oh my god.
maybe I am.
Oh, there's still like civilians in there. I didn't realize. I thought it was just the agent.
Yeah, the rest of the place. And they slowly but surely like head upstairs, walk through this maze of people and tenseness. Some just try to look at their feet, others nervously look around, but they made their way upstairs, and you can hear also Meulen opening up a second door, talking softly with somebody, but you can't hear what they say. And then somebody returning afterwards, goes into the kitchen but doesn't leave it. And Meulen comes out again and decides to lean against the bar here with his, elbows resting behind him on the bar surface, on the boards. I'm Meulen. I'm in charge of this operation.
But what's your designation? We don't have names, remember?
My orders are not to give you my designation. I'm Meulen.
Well met, Meulen.
Over
I'm
there.
Ginevra.
Had to.
Anjali.
Mm,
I'm
yes,
sure
we
you
know.
already know that.
We know, priestess. But pleasure either way, of course. Didn't know I was going to have such an esteemed member still hanging around, but we should talk about that later, priestess.
Of course.
Over there, I apologize for how he acts already. And there's a little bit of a cocky smile. It creeps over his lips. But he's rather effective in what he does. That's Silas.
Okay.
And the woman inside of the kitchen, patching up her wounds. She has another code name, but that would be moot, would it not? Medea.
Patron doesn't react.
He does look at you once he says that. And then he kind of just nods with his head backwards. One over there, codename Osprey.
Like the bird? Out of character?
Yes.
Question for spelling? Okay.
Is it Osprey or Osprey?
I think it's Osprey.
Osprey.
I think both are
okay.
valid
Perhaps it's
pronunciations.
a
Pronunciation
British-American
is
thing.
fake.
Yeah,
It's your game. You can be pronounced however you like.
true.
Osprey, I think so. Best. If something would happen to me while I'm not around, then Silas is in second command, After that, it's Medea, and lastly, it's Osprey. She looks, or they, looks up a little bit, gives him a little bit of an irritated look, but then goes back to reading the notes. Not wasting any
what
time.
happened to you?
He's
Can't
just
imagine.
setting up a clear chain of command, Agent. Or should I say traitor? Which one is it?
Oh, you wound me. Can't believe you'd say such hurtful things.
Well, if you get wounded so easily, I understand why you left. Couldn't take it, huh?
There's
Is this the purpose of our being here?
Hey, don't deny the dog is fun. It must be hard with such difficult masters.
I made my choices and I believe them to be right. Let's not continue infecting the situation. I'm in charge because I'm more diplomatic than most of our kind. So let's try to remain such. Other ground rules are that you do not lift a finger without my permission. Your weapons and other items of dubious nature will be kept safely away from you until the moment arises that you require them back. You're not allowed to harm, stand in the way, resist, or otherwise run away from us. You're not allowed to speak to anyone else outside of our little group without getting permission to do so. Knowledge will be handed down to you on a need-to-know basis until we know that you can be trusted.
Oh, come on. You know why I'm going along with this, right?
I'm not sure what tipped you over the edge. Miss Canalex?
Oh. What? The fact that you have you have a sword to my brother and mother's neck. Yeah.
He deigns not to answer.
I have no idea what tipped you over the edge, says the person who delivered a bunch of threatening letters.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, I hoped that it would be an epiphany of what good and evil is in the world, but I guess people had to resort to threats.
I was about to say, yes, the good of threatening children, but we all know how this branch of the church feels about children, don't we?
For the greater good. Agent. And you know it.
Whatever makes you feel better. Oh, God.
Titania,
Whatever makes you feel better
Miss
about your
Canalex.
stolen child.
You need to write reports of how the travel is going and what you have discovered, starting now tonight, and then one each week will be sent to the Cardinal herself. In the first one here requires a written declaration of your cooperation to the Cardinal's cause and the Church of Brian.
Fine.
If you two would try to resist, you know, you have read the letters, so you know But that's resisting. If you would try to break any of these rules that I've said, there won't be any second chances. And I will not risk having rogue heretics running around. And I will not show mercy. If you break the rules, Miss Canalux, the Cardinal will revoke her protection.
Okay.
Does this mean we continue on?
Yes, well, Cardinal is quite interested in what we can glean from the mountains with Titania, since we know she has been running around and investigating other sites of heresy. As long as the reports keep on coming, and the Ravenmoor territory is not as dangerous as one might think, a meeting can be arranged.
Between
The Count and the Countess.
okay. With Titania.
Yes. If that is payment for Titania's continued loyalty being just beyond threats and being more of a working relationships, and this is not my words, this is Cardinal Blanc's words, then she may.
And
If
such a meeting would allow us safe passage through the pass, through the mountains.
I can arrange such, but we can also try to go with your liberated wolf idea and travel on foot. Whatever is best for the research. I am quite different from Grand Inquisitor Theocrasis.
It would certainly be more expedient to go through the main pass and have to take a different route. And I think our main interaction with the wolves was hoping they would be able to provide us more protection or safer passage, an unknown route through the mountains that would avoid any eyes that were watching there. But if we are allowed in without any resistance anyway, then I don't see the need to take another path.
There is a safe passage going in the north. I can't talk more about it, but that's an option.
Titania is not saying a word. She's just staring daggers at this guy.
Yeah. Okay.
Same.
I also need to ask. This is also coming from up on a high. Priestess. Are you really sure you want to continue down this route? With all of us here and the help of Osprey, you're not as needed as you were before. And this is a dangerous task, Priestess. You can return to Olcott if that is what you please.
I understand. And I appreciate the offering, though I believe it would be more show more faith for me to stay with what has been said and done here. I would prefer to stay so that you knew that I wasn't going to spread such words about what happened. I'm committed to this. I've been put on this task I have no reason to leave it. And I understand you may have worries about keeping things closed.
I rather not have a priestess to take care of whilst I'm keeping an eye on 3 people of interest.
Then do not consider me someone you wish to take care. You need to take care of.
The loyalty is split, priestess. I have my orders, but then there's always the general order of the church that I am to protect you with my life. So, then for not your sake, then for my sake, would you reconsider?
I appreciate that, but just like you, my loyalty is first to the church, and I believe this is
a part of the
great
church
importance
is
to the
asking
church.
you to not join.
But
The
aged
rest of
lives
the
aren't
journey.
worth anything. You know that.
It's only for the mission, Agent.
No, because you supported this with, I'm obligated to give my life for you.
I did
Your
not
life-
give you permission to talk.
Just smile to themselves.
Now, priestess, would you reconsider?
May I have time to think on it?
Have until morning. But know that if you decide to join us, I have a specially crafted contract of non-disclosure that you must sign.
Of course. Absolutely.
Good. Now, why won't somebody awake that thing? So you...
Tanya will cast. Actually, wait. Yeah, I guess she would. Yeah.
Did he
Tanya
say
will try and cast Healing Word.
So
on.
that you may inform it of the rules. I would like to see how you communicate with it.
Titania will go over and try and cast Healing Word on Aaron. Which, let me just roll this soul check. Cool. Keep the soul. Love that.
There's
and-
actually a little bit of a furrowed brow as she watches your display.
Yeah. And she just whispers a little bit and casts a gesture, and like whatever wounds Aaron had on his body, these like geometric arcane stitches begin to weave through them and patch the wounds up like a surgeon's work.
Alright.
And 9 hit points for you, Aaron.
Woo!
Woo!
So is Healing Word like a... Okay, I was waiting for you to...
Yeah.
It's range.
It was a ranged spell, yeah.
But are you gonna come over and do it, or are you just?
Yeah,
from
she's walking over and she'll be like, "Hey, you all right?"
Aaron comes to and a brief moment not knowing where he is. He looks left and right real quick, and then he spins around in the chair and sees where he is, and he instinctively goes for where his sword is. Finding it not there, he looks with desperation and concerned look on his face. What happened? What did you do?
We're captive.
This isn't a negotiation for keeping us all safe and alive. We're essentially hostages right now. And we have been asked to, how do I put this? I'll see if I can remember them all. Actually, well, no, Titania would remember them all. she'll repeat the exact words of the rules to Aaron, and she'll say, so, for now, I guess we just keep going on as is with this in place now.
Chaperones from the church. We chaperones from the church.
Yes, we're captive.
Essentially.
From the church.
More
The
like
church are offering us a way
wardens.
a way through, and a meeting with the Duke and Duchess. What was her name? Count and Countess?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Count.
Count and Countess, sorry, yeah.
I don't like it.
Welcome to the club.
I don't think any of us do, but right now this seems like the outcome where nobody dies, so I'm working with it for now.
Aaron looks past Acheron and Titania to see Ginevra just sitting casually at the table, I'm assuming.
I'm looking earnestly towards you, I imagine, but not being overly emotional.
He looks back to Titania and her.
He is sticking with us.
Maybe.
Not by orders of the church, apparently, but of her own volition. And I
Under
appreciate
the...
Is she also a hostage?
No.
she's a bit
It's
more
not
free.
by orders of the Cardinal, but I was still brought here by the church, and I'm still working here on behalf of the church. This is still a mission of interest to the higher church.
Thank you for that correction. Yes.
You're right. Her correction is she's one of our captors.
Aaron goes silent, staring beyond towards Ginevra. This doesn't feel right.
Yeah, it's not going to for a long time, if ever again. Better get used to wrong.
What's to become of me then? They seemed very keen on pursuing me, something I haven't really encountered before.
They caught you.
Well,
Again.
presumably, you're going to stay with us on this journey, or I'd rather this not happen. They're going to ship you off to Malgrave to speak with the Cardinal.
Aaron looks towards Acheron with that comment and says, in lowered tones, "They only caught me because of her."
Yeah. Doesn't it suck? Oh. Yep. Doesn't it suck?
Trusting people.
Honestly, I think Ginevra's the only reason any of us are alive right now. She was the one who put a stop to the fighting, which would have turned into a slaughter.
Or only after she left me to the others.
What do you
Well-
mean?
Let me ask you this.
No, I don't. He's trying to be secret.
Oh, I could hear Tanya talking louder,
Oh,
unless
yeah,
she was also
yeah.
speaking in secret.
No, she's speaking to make sure Moran can hear her, so she makes her intentions absolutely clear. Let me ask you this. If you were awake, would you have continued to struggle if Ginevra had tried to initiate negotiations?
There weren't any negotiations happening whilst I was still awake.
I'm speaking in hypotheticals here. If negotiations were initiated while you were awake, would you have continued to struggle, or would you...
I would have defended myself if I was being attacked, for sure. Wouldn't to anyone.
No, because the church expects everyone will just kind of roll over when they want you to.
I suspect, then, we're only lucky enough to have all us alive because Ginevra was able to finish negotiations and get us into a place where we're at least alive.
Aaron, you're a very proud person, so let me lay this out as bluntly as possible. Defending yourself is a thing of the past, and all of your pride, you better get rid of it. You belong to them now. And that's the only way you're getting through this. They own you. Everything about you.
You were captured because you were outmatched, Aaron. You're alive because we are negotiating, because the church is willing to help us.
I had every opportunity to leave.
But you didn't. Is that my fault?
Perhaps. I don't know who you work for, Ginevra. Again, I still don't trust you. But now, maybe that's justly so. I wonder if you had really meant anything you said along the way, or you just worked for the church all this time like a clever spy.
I don't know what you expect me to say. I'm sure you can at least glean that these people don't know me as a spy, but I do work for the church. I've made that plain from the beginning. I'm not sure what you were expecting.
I don't know what I was expecting either. So what now? We sit tight, wait for our benefactors to tell us what to do.
Yep.
Be good little pups.
Welcome to the rest of your life.
I think a good night's sleep would benefit everyone.
I mean, only if our magnanimous hosts will allow us, of course.
And Akron will say that loud enough that, like, definitely the others can hear it. We'll look back towards Merrick with, like, very false, like, you know, the pleading eyes, but it's very sarcastic, and there's definitely, like, a hostile light in there.
Yeah, when you look back, you can see Miron and Silas kind of standing both on edge, their hands, like, shifting close to where they keep their weaponry. They're not drawing it, but they're staring intently over at Aaron, watching this conversation with the attention of the world. Whilst further in the background, there's more of an open and relaxed and fascinated gaze coming from Osprey.
Aaron calls out to this is the guy that is like the leader, right? Because he was unconscious at the time. Okay, and he's the one who's having intent.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
okay. He calls out and says, "You train them well."
He's a little bit dumbfounded for words before he says a little bit stiffly, "You can talk like us."
Oh, really? So this is what not following the scientific method gives you. Wow. I didn't realize the church were that dumb. Good for you. Fuck.
You didn't?
Well, I've heard the reports, saw the reports, but it's still not a thing to experience it in person. Devious. I can't take credit, devil. Rion and the church deserves that credit. And now you know that struggling against it will amass to nothing.
If you say so.
Inform him of the rules. It's a him, right?
Yes.
Do they have genders?
Do you have manners?
He's right here. You can talk to him like a person. It's a much easier way to communicate.
Might be
You won't.
so for you.
Aaron like steps through Titania and Acheron and just strides over, like long strides, walking straight towards this rather well-groomed guy.
Alright! Immediately there's a hand resting on a hilt of a dagger. Immediately Silas brings up a crossbow in a very fast and swift moment, already locked up towards his shoulder, aiming towards you. But Baron stands his ground, but coiled, like a serpent.
Now you can see me a bit better. Is there something you wish to say?
If you want to do it like this, then sure, devil. There are rules. Do you understand? Do you follow me?
Your rules are interesting. I wonder if you made them yourself or you follow rules yourself.
Well, a being of such pure chaos like yourself, I'm quite sure you can't understand what a unified society can achieve together.
You call this unified? Factions fighting and squabbling amongst themselves.
Well, it's your fault for dividing us.
My fault. How did you come to that hilarious conclusion?
I'm not gonna discuss theology with you, devil. You're not worth my time. So here are the rules. You're not allowed to shit, eat, talk without my permission.
And what happens if I disobey?
Then you will be deemed too dangerous to interrogate. And we will exterminate you on the spot. Do you understand?
May I have your name?
You may call me Miran.
A pleasure to meet you, Miran. Your words are heard. He steps back.
The crossbow bolt over here slowly lowers towards the ground. A bit of a breath coming from Miran. as a little bit of tenseness relaxes in his body. The middle room upstairs has been prepared for you. You three sleep there tonight. Princess, you may take whatever room if you want to. The suite is yours if you want it.
Thank you.
I want that report and that promise of cooperation to Cardinal Blanc before tomorrow morning. Miss Canalux.
I'll need my books for that.
You will get what you need. And he turns around and looks at Osprey, who gives a little bit of, oh, must I? And
I'm willing to just write down here if I can just go over, sit next to her, them, and just write my declaration right now. Why not?
Meulen looks over to them and questioningly. Well, that might be better, actually. I want to watch over their shoulder what they write anyway. It's all quite fascinating. I will lend you back your own ink pen.
Gracious, thank you. I really appreciate that, you know?
Gives you a fake smile. Kind of pushes all the books of yours into the corner, so you can't even like reach and touch it. And then she rummages around in the pile, rips out a page from one of the books, from like your notebook, an empty page now, and pats it down on the table before you and gives you an ink pen and gives you a smile. There you go.
Don't suppose we get to where you guys are sleeping in case we need permission for them to know.
For the first couple of nights, there will be guards outside of your door. Just peek out your head and ask for assistance.
Is this the whole group? I thought we're still missing one.
She has wounds to attend to. I don't want this to be a problem, so you can go and speak to her in the kitchen if you would want to. Cora.
Yeah, Akron like almost shudders hearing that name again, and just stands up and as Akron passes Mirren, doesn't does it so there's like just a little bit of room, almost like they're gonna shoulder check him, but doesn't, and just mutters, "What problems would there be with that?" You know, like very pointedly.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go over to the kitchen.
Can Aaron real quick like just stop her like one not just as he's like leaving his space, just like I guess.
Yeah.
Wait, was he even there? No, he doesn't know. Sorry,
Yeah,
he doesn't even know who she's going to see. So sorry, because he wasn't even downstairs when the reveal happened. So go ahead. Sorry, apologies.
Okay, alright.
Metagaming.
Alright, we're gonna place you over there just for now, Akaran. Hold on a second. Silas is going to go down from this little raised platform towards Aaron. Not in melee range though. He's pointing it against the ground. And says, kind of rather gruffly, "Upstairs, devil. We have a cozy little place just for you."
Can I gauge his stance? Like, is it possible to understand like his posture from like a military perspective? Does it look like he is well versed, like he's a well veteran at what he's doing, or he's more rookie?
Oh, ooh, interesting. Ooh, what shall we roll? Do you have any academics history or academics military of any kind?
I mean, other than my entire backstory.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Okay, that's fair. It's fair. Fine. Let's roll a empathy composure, and I will be able to give you an answer because of your backstory in this kind of vein.
18.
18. He hides his lethalness behind a veneer of cockiness and seemingly looking relaxed, but he's actually sharp underneath. But if this game that he's playing could be way more well-oiled or perfected. So there's some skill here, but it doesn't have that same aura of confidence that Miron has.
Aaron looks over to him as he says that, and then with a final glance towards Ginevra, he turns and is directed up the stairs.
Yep. Alright, and you are shown the way to that middle room. Let's go for a break! Woo!
Whoa, God.
Oh my god, I want to apologize. I'm not xenophobic. It hurts me.
Whew. Okay.
I feel like everyone's gonna be a little rude to each other for the next couple of sessions.
Yeah, it's
Welcome
there
to
was
the
no
rude time.
respect.
Oh my god, I'm sorry. Oh, I feel dirty when I say it.
What? Devil? Yeah.
It's definitely
Oh my
bringing
God.
back a lot of Catholic memories, if that's any consolation. Like, all the trauma I've locked away is just like having a party in the back of my
Okay, sounds like I'm succeeding then.
mind. Feels a lot like Sunday school.
Yay! Perfect.
I've learned a lot about how to treat these people just based on the fact that they didn't realize Aaron could speak. Good to know. That is my biggest revelation of this entire
wow,
encounter.
I really need your notes.
I'm like, okay, yeah. So this is why you want and need me, because you don't have literally any academics doing the proper work.
Well,
You're just trying to kill people.
There's a huge question about if Aaron has interacted with Medea. Did he just not speak to her? Like, the whole time she was trying to murder you? Did you just not even try to be like, hey, wait, let's not do this?
It was combat.
They
Mhm.
spoke a different language.
It was a surprise combat as well, so it
Yeah.
was more like defense and stuff like that. It wasn't
It
wasn't
wasn't
like
Aaron's cocky
a
swagger
long,
during the bandit attack.
week-long duel or anything like that. It was an assassination attempt that failed.
Alright, we'll be
All
right
right.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See you guys in a bit.
Yeah, go get some snacks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Snacks.
You fill your head with serotonin, dopamine, and oxytocin.
If we must.
All the hormones at once. Because I like cocktails.
Okay. Fair enough. I can do this. I can do it. This and this.
What are we doing? Oh, look at that! Just now an empty sky, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. You were sky talking to us. Oh no. Is that you, Labona?
Howl at the moon.
Or Celine? Or Salamis? No, Salamis in your case.
In my case.
In Aaron's case.
Or in Aaron's case.
Salamis.
My saloon.
No, we're not playing that dirty thing in this household.
I'm going. Leave me.
Okay. So happy to have you guys with me. Hope you are doing good. Thank you so much for the lurk and that you're still listening to us, Mubo, as you are building some furniture. If you're building furniture, may I inquire if that furniture is IKEA? If it is, then heck yeah. Times have changed, I'm a gentle god. No more wars, it's the sign of furniture, master of IKEA. Oh, and I appreciate you, Hamo, bringing the popcorn. I'm excited to see how the party implodes a little bit from, you know, Medea coming back, being under the shame of being captives, and this drama that Aaron thinks that Ginevra has not been genuine. Gonna be interesting to see what happens. I also need to now enter into the mind of Medea and do some good RP here with Aspen. Make him big.
Okay.
Look back.
Ooh.
Woo.
It's going to be interesting.
Yeah, the style of the campaign will definitely change a little bit now.
Frustratingly so, but yes.
Yeah, but it's okay. I mean, you do choices, then you live with them.
Yep.
I love to sing much, but I really should turn in right about now. Good night, everyone, or day, depending on where you are. Hey Mo, I appreciate you being here as always. Hope you have a lovely sleep. Sweet dreams. Söta drömmar. I see you next time. Stay frosty. I often see you in that flowery tunic, Lynn.
Oh,
Is
yeah,
it a
the
tunic
dress.
or is it a dress? Oh, it's a dress. Yeah, I often see it. Do you
Yes.
like it?
Yes.
Seems to be like a
it's-
favorite of yours. It's very cute.
I mean, I only have 3 dresses, and I kind of cycle them out because I only just started socially transitioning, so I've got very limited clothing.
Oh, I
And
see.
so I usually just like cycle between those, especially like when you can only see my upper body. It's like if I wear my shirts, then like it's just. So I like to wear dresses when I'm on camera.
Aw. Well, you look
Yeah.
exceptionally cute in it, so good choice.
Thank you.
And makeup on point as normal with Aspen.
For Aspen.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hell
Look
yeah.
at those
Testing.
eyes.
Am I hearable?
Yeah.
Yes.
Are you trying
You
to
heard.
We have cycled badly through two headsets that have been not functional, so we went straight to Bluetooth earbuds, and I'm just hoping they have enough charge to make it through this.
All right.
So,
Hopefully.
but at least you can see my green hair now.
Yeah,
So.
that's true. You look okay.
Hell.
Exceptionally free when you got. I would love to have some of that. I don't know.
What, green hair or earbuds?
Earbuds. No,
Okay.
I love my red hair.
I'm so glad to be back to the green. Thank God. It's been too long.
Is green like
hair's,
a
my
favorite hair color? Oh, okay.
Probably says a lot about me, but yeah, no, green has been my favorite hair color that I've done.
Does it say something else than like?
There's jokes that all the mentally ill people have that green hair dye means you're really mentally ill, which isn't necessarily untrue of many of the people that I've seen with green hair, including myself, but No, it's like a joke. You know, like pop culture thing where they're like, oh, of the people, like, you know, blue hair's feminist and pink hair is manic pixie dream girl and green hair is severe mental illness or something.
No. What
Oh
is
my
red,
god.
then? What is artificial red?
Homewrecker.
Oh no.
Just imagine letting someone dye their hair and just not having negative stuff associated with it, but
Yes.
green is fun. But I finally found out that for the school district that I've gotten a long-term job offer in now. Lets me dye my hair, so...
Yay! Heck yeah.
If I want, I'll probably just, if I want to get like colored hair, I'll probably just end up buying wigs.
No, yeah, that's...
Because I don't want to. I mean, as fun as it will be to dye my hair, I don't want to mess with it.
That's fair. I don't care about my hair. I'm of the opinion that if I fuck it up, I could just shave it and it's fine. It'll grow back.
Fair.
Fair.
So this is nothing on the time. Like, the first time I dyed my hair myself was, I just moved out of my parents' house, and I come home at, like, 11 I come over to the place that I'm living at, because I was staying at my parents' to get all my stuff packed up, at, like, 2 in the morning, and I split dyed my hair, so I just bleached half my hair at, like, 2 a.m. with my friend in the bathroom.
Whoa.
Fair.
And I did one red, one
at 2
black.
a.m.?
Yeah.
Okay.
What other time do you, like, mess with your hair?
I don't
I've
know.
seen people
Did,
in
like,
these
3 for the first time?
in these dorms. So there's like a public sink area near the bathrooms, and I've seen people just dyeing their hair in the middle of the day in that public area.
Whoa.
That's also fair.
What?
Yeah.
I don't know. I usually get the urge to dye my hair at, like, the middle of the night because I'm busy doing stuff during the day. So it gets to, like, 2 a.m. I'm sitting there not asleep, and I'm like, I could dye my hair right now.
Just follow that urge.
I usually do it in the mornings when I wake up. I take like an hour or two for like a spa thing going on, dye my hair when I need to.
I think after this, I'm like debating what I want to do with my roots because part of me is like, part of me really wants to bleach them and do like a neon green into like the green I have now.
Ooh.
Which I think would, or like a more vibrant green, which I think would look really cool.
I think there's like
Part of me's-
websites where you can like upload your face and then change your hair color to see like how you would look in different hair colors.
I've had that color hair before.
Okay.
I think my mom would die if I came home one day with like that. I think she would just pass away.
With like gradient hair. You mean?
Yeah, with like neon green in the roots and the rest are like a paler green, especially
But
right
that-
before the family
She would
holidays.
just choose to pass away.
Okay, but A, that's awesome, and B, what a power move to do that when you go home for the holidays.
Yeah, you should say that I'm cosplaying a Christmas tree.
Oh my God.
Or
That
an
you're
elf.
in the spirit to the point
Last
where you're like
year-
cosplaying the tree.
Last year around Christmas, I chopped my hair from about here to like here. Just
Damn.
right before Christmas. And it was really funny because my aunt, who hates non-traditional hair, was in town, who usually is in Arizona during this part of the year, had flown back to surprise us and didn't tell me she was dropping by my workplace and just saw me with the really short dyed hair, and it was very funny.
Okay. Yeah.
Dyed hair was fun.
I got a very positive. Like I did it during the summer, in the middle of high school, so I knew I had the time to fix it if it was a disaster the first time I did it, before I went back to school.
Mm-hmm.
But I really liked it, so I kept it. And my classmates didn't say much about it, but a few teachers were like, "Ooh, digging in your style, Becky." I'm like, "Hell yeah, thank you."
That's nice.
I wasn't allowed to dye my hair until I moved out.
I've always had like good rapport with like my teachers, often more so than my classmates. I'm an old soul.
Throughout high school, I was definitely the same, yeah.
I think you're just very charismatic.
I'm
My teachers either loved
charismatic.
me or despised me. Yeah. Why does that surprise you? How many games are you running? You have an entire Discord server full of people who like to talk to you.
I
How is
never
this a
had
surprise?
friends, okay? I never had luck with friends. I was always abandoned. In grade school,
Rude.
in high school, in university, me and friends have had a really bad track record. They just don't want to
Maybe
be
you
with
just
me.
like bad people.
Yeah, apparently. So,
Yeah, maybe.
made me believe that I'm a little bit stiff. Like, I'm a very, like, I don't know. Focused
I don't think this
and,
is
like,
too rude to say. It might be, and if it is, I apologize if it comes off that way. Maybe you just have bad taste in people.
I mean, at that point in grade school and high school, I was just desperate for something, right?
There you go.
Mm.
I mean, anything. Walking on 2 legs. I
Oh,
was like,
wow.
hell yeah! Be
Got
my
a
friend!
pulse, my friend.
But I guess when I turned 16, I got into the role-playing community, and then they just wanted, like, to have a girl in their game, so
Oh god.
found my way in there.
That's rough.
And then I
I've
did,
been
like,
there.
homebrew help on the side, always, like, supporting the DM, and nestled my way in like that. Oh.
I don't know. You're
No,
pretty
but-
charming.
Okay.
I agree, yeah. I mean, you've got this, like Aspen said, you've got this whole Discord server of people interested in your game, and also several games being run, you know?
Yeah.
And you're skilled at DMing, you know?
Oh, thank you.
Of course.
Sure.
Sure.
For
No, I
sure.
think it's just about me wiring my brain to think that somebody can like me for who I am and not what I do.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah.
Ouch. That feels like a call out. But yeah,
Mhm.
valid. You do that. Because you're great.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Get
I
it.
think you're also a product of where you were, Becky, because it's not like you had options where you are. Limited resources of friends.
It's still like a top 10 like city in Sweden, okay? It's not a hellhole. Umeå is not a hellhole.
Use me,
There's
with the-
120,000 people here with a university campus of 35,000 people.
Yeah, but
See, that sounds like a hellhole to
120,000.
me.
Oh my god!
Yeah, 120,000
It's
it
so
doesn't
tennis,
mean that you're friends. With a country that has like at
10 million.
most, yeah, less people in the entire country than a single capital city. You know, like in London, for example, there's more people. So
Fair.
and it's spread out, and majority in the capital and like the larger southern cities. Sure, okay, you have 120 people, but there's a lot of old people, a lot of kids, so then you're really drilling it down in terms of how many are available. It's not like you
But
have
it also depends
various
upon,
schools, universities. It's just
how
one.
many, are in your class or in your school. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know
Very
about
true.
how big other schools are, but I mean, mine were pretty big for the area. Like, I think we were like 2,000, 3,000 people, the whole school.
Mhm.
It's quite a lot.
Mhm.
Here, at least. Oh, I see the dragon stout.
Mm.
Okay, let's put it this way. The university I'm at right now has about 16,500 people in it, and I know one person there willingly. I know the name of one other student.
Well, that's half the size of what we have here in Umeå.
But my point is,
Oh.
out of 16,500
You
people,
found
I
one.
have learned. No, I've met a ton of people. I
Yeah.
only know one person
Oh,
by
okay.
choice. So there's also how much you
By
interact with
choice.
people.
Alright, fair.
I don't need to know them.
Anyway.
Listen, I'm not paying for a friendship experience.
Let's
I'm paying
not
for
dive into.
I didn't sign up for this shit.
Let's not dive into my psychology here and shit on my hometown. let's continue with the return of the Asians one.
Yes.
Oh shit. Okay. Sit up. Ah.
I want to know from Titania,
Mhm.
what do you write?
Oh fuck! I should have been thinking about this.
Okay, you think about that. The
Okay.
requirement is here that you do write
Yeah.
down a promise that you are going to cooperate. Because Cardinal LeBlanc wants to have that in writing.
Mhm.
And you need to write down what, for now, Osprey tells you that you need to write down what has happened so far during your journey in very broad strokes. And she's referring from the time you left Margrave, arrived in Oakheart, and then arrived here. So very much the broad strokes for now. Gotta keep the letter a bit more concise. And she's gonna bother you later with more details. And you get the feeling from Osprey that she's interested in anything that has to do with how your magic has developed and your research into heresy, broadly
Osprey
speaking.
or the Cardinal is?
You don't know
Oh,
where it comes from, but that's the gist of what they want from you.
Okay.
Like, they
In
want
the
you to
letter or
focus.
just in general?
In the letter, but for now just broad
Oh,
strokes,
okay.
and then later on they're gonna dive into more detail. You are
Okay.
basically debriefed, so think about that for a little bit. We are going to move Aaron upstairs. Where are you? Yes, he's gonna tell you to walk over here.
I walk this way.
Yeah, no. Tells you to go right and into that door, then on your immediate right. Oh, still stays
here?
like, yeah, a meter away from you.
Mhm.
And he says, sit tight. If you require food, go to the toilet. Then you must ask for it.
Out of interest, where is the priestess sleeping tonight?
What's that to you? Whatever she darn pleases. She's a priestess.
Alright.
Alright. Door closes behind you. And you can hear somebody else walking up the stairs. A brief conversation. And you can hear somebody basically standing guard outside of your door. And then somebody going down the stairs. And you're just in this room with several identical beds, empty trunks for each one of them.
He's
So-
gonna pat his. Presumably they frisked him, right?
Yes, you don't have anything on you except your clothing and your armor.
Okay. He will like put his hand to like his pocket as he's like got a not like instantly, but you know, like as he's got like a moment, he's like pacing back and forth in the room.
Uh-huh.
He catches his breath for a quick minute, and he has a quick motion to his pocket to feel if something is still there, and feeling it's not.
Mm-hmm.
He does a quick spin towards the door and grits his teeth.
Alright. Okay, there, vision loaded. Ginevra, what do you do in this moment?
So, what's going on with the people? So, Titania is writing her letter.
Akron has
Acheron
disappeared
is...
into the kitchen.
Okay. I guess sitting, awaiting instructions, thinking about the way forward and the plan going forward. Maybe I'll go to Marin.
Mir? Yeah.
And ask for more details on what would be our options going forward through the pass, whether he has ideas about the best way to go through, whether through the main road, whether through a side pass, because he mentioned something about a safer route.
He has this apologetic look on his face. I can't humor you with these kind of questions until you have signed a non-closure contract.
No, that's fair. That's understandable. Of course.
I hope to get an answer as soon as possible so I can plan ahead. If that's not too much to ask, Priestess.
Of course, yes. We could discuss it now if you like. Somewhere. Upstairs.
Fine. Of course. And you two head upstairs to do that. Alright, let's not torture Aspen any longer.
Akron's just gonna walk calmly into the kitchen.
Okay.
And isn't gonna like really look at her until they can be like here and like lean, forward against the counter, and we'll finally like look up at her, like trying to keep a blank face but kind of apprehensively as well.
As you walked in, you saw her leaning against a wall, sitting down on a small chair beside this just random prep table here, behind the corner of the room, at the corner of the wall, a little bit hiding, seems like. There's cold sweat coming down her forehead, and she seemed to have been in the process of rather desperately trying to apply a bandage to a wound in her shoulder. She's removed part of her armor. Her left arm is completely bare, close up to her chest, like moved away her undershirt, trying to get access to the wound. A little bit of a tremble of her hand, and she jumps a little bit in place as she's suddenly up here inside of the kitchen, and she stands up, about to walk after you as you walk further into the room, but then stops herself, and that hand that was instinctively going after you drops down to her side, and she gives you an expression of 1,000 emotions all at once.
I think Akron's just gonna look at her evenly for a minute and kind of like, they open their mouth as if to say something and then just don't. Just, there's no sound that comes out, and they just get like really overwhelmed with
everything and look back down at the counter. If there's like kitchen utensils still there, Akron might pick up something and like look at it. It's like, oh, a diversion. How interesting. And you know, like turn it over.
There's a tray
in their
here
hands.
of carrots, you know, right in front of you. Those baby carrots that was on Aaron's plate. No, Genevra's plate.
Do you need help with that?
Not looking at, like, looking anywhere but necessarily at her.
There's a sharp intake of breath. And then hesitation. Yes, would you kindly?
Akron, I'll just...
Can't seem to reach properly.
Akron will just nod and, like, go over.
They kind of, like, start, like, quick and then, like, slow themselves down a lot, and then it seems like halfway there they, like, kind of get self-conscious of just, like, how much they've slowed down, so they, like, speed up a little. Like, their steps are really, like, their pace is very jilting. They just head over and, taking the, like, you know, equipment, the, like, bandages and salves and stuff, they almost, like, hesitate to, like, they pick up the stuff, and when it goes to, like, touching Medea, they hesitate, like, as if, you know, it's the hot stove thing, like, like touching her will physically hurt them, or maybe if, you know, if they physically touch her, she'll actually disappear. But, after a couple of false starts, they just, get started trying to help her out.
As soon as you touch her for the first time, she jerks a little bit and she's surprised by the contact. Then she relaxes. Hisses a little bit from the pain.
Are we gonna talk about it?
Did you find the sheep? At least for a while?
The sheep are the first thing you ask me about. Why would I have continued with our dream if you weren't part of it? Of course I didn't go to Little B, or wherever, Greenfield. There was some village there.
I hope that you did. All this time.
I think Akron just paused. I don't think Akron knows what to say in there. So just shuts up and starts doing the bandaging again with shaking hands.
It's good to see you. I wish it were under better circumstances. I don't know what they would be.
Being so close to her and seeing, you know, parts of her revealed skin, she has amassed quite a few scars. She is definitely not as scarred as you are. She was a little bit smarter of how she engaged with her battles. Choosing her battles might be a better term. And the nature of her work was different from yours. So it's a little bit surprising to you that they are there. There's another stretch of silence before she counters with a rather shaky and soft voice. Are you well?
I'm alive. I'm physically in one piece, I guess, if that's what you mean.
Corey,
No,
why
I'm not.
why did you come back? Why did you do this to yourself?
Come back. How the fuck did I... Why are you making it sound like this was my choice?
Could have run. Could have left them. Could have hidden away. You didn't need to pick up Titania. The church, from what I did, would have left you alone. Do you understand?
After you died, who else did I have? What else did I have? What did you expect me to go and make some new life for myself as if I fucking could? You were everything that I had. You were everything to me. I didn't have anything else. It was your dreams, it was your plan, and I was left with them. There wasn't a new start for me.
Oh, Corey, I wish you would have taken that dream and just run away from all of this. You were free.
You were my dream.
Do you understand that? Because of me, you were actually free.
Because of... What did you do?
I can't have dreams anymore. My dreams are that of Cardinal LeBlanc. I sold my loyalty to give you a chance. To persuade her to let you go.
Maybe we can fix that still.
She stands up rather abruptly, backs away from you with her back towards you, and then looks over her shoulder to you. I don't want it. And walks out of the kitchen.
The Gacron's just gonna sit down in the corner for a minute. Take a second to like get themselves under control.
Mm-hmm.
You know, try to fight down those emotions. Just gonna spend a couple seconds. Probably no more than like an actual minute because Akron's very aware that perception is leverage. So Akron does not need them knowing that
Medea still very much affects them, so
Fair.
it'll take like 30 seconds or so. Absolutely shut themselves down emotionally as much as possible. Very healthy coping mechanisms and
Alright.
walk back out as if nothing had happened and they had just had like a, oh, how was the weather on your trip this way level conversation.
Well, thankfully,
So,
nobody really looks at you other than Silas up here.
I'll give him a glare.
Cocky smile in return.
I typed out my letter.
Oh, wow! You typed it out?
There it is.
Okay.
Just simply.
I, Titania Lenora Cannons, promise my cooperation in regards to the completion of this mission alongside these agents. Thus far, I have traveled to Okard, along my friend, my employer, to whom I behold as queen in the head. We close into pieces of church and mercy and acquaintance whom I had perfection, whom you had deemed a devil. We made our way south to Spruce Cross. We were attacked along the way, and I was forced to use my spell for self-defense. Oh, good. We discovered this conflict of interest and were forced to defend ourselves as Spruce Cross. I am writing this letter in the presence of agents sent by you, and will be sending regular reports. Beautiful. Very good. Yeah, that's very much acceptable.
She'll just place it down in front of Osprey and say, "Are we? Actually, you know what? Wait, is Miran still in this room?"
Miron is right now upstairs. Went up the stairs with Ginevra.
Okay. If he's not here, I'll ask her instead. Are we willing to be cordial? Because I'm motivated by a hostage situation right now, but I'm willing to be I'm willing to be cordial.
Well, you are my upperclassman after all, so I guess we can have a working relationship if you're willing to do it.
Okay, so wait. Before we gloss over that, you're implying... So for the record, I was watching you when you were going through my stuff, because it is my stuff.
Yes.
And you can...
I didn't know you were gonna be this slow.
I'm just clarifying things. Okay, thank you. Yeah. Because I want to make sure that we both understand the situation. Yes, so you're a caster as well. You're presumably from the Sparrow program.
Sparrow? Look at me, am I a sparrow? I'm rather offended.
Do I recognize her? Them?
No.
No. Okay.
Yeah, it's Falcon, you know. I'm a Falcon Project is
How old are you?
looking a little bit closer at her, she seems, or they, I should say, is rather young. But they're upper teenager area. But she pretends not to hear your question and reads over the letter once more with a scowling gaze.
Based on your reaction to my book, either you stayed longer and the Cardinal's gotten better at her job.
Or I'm just brilliant.
Good for you. In which case, I'd appreciate having talented people to work alongside here. Do you have your own?
Good try.
Okay.
But in that sentiment, I do agree. Everyone is so slow. It's rather frustrating. mean, how hard can it be? But I guess they're not like me. You know, being brilliant and all.
Titania will gaze over them, looking them up and down. If you don't, it's hard to think of respectful conversation topics in such a tense moment. Why? I don't know, I guess. I mean, I can make some guesses, actually. I don't know why I need to ask, but it's worth asking. Why are you here? What is your deal with this operation?
Frankly, I see this kind of like a waste of my time, but LeBlanc insisted that I come and aid. I don't know what's so damn special about you. I say if you abandon the project, then good riddance, but you got yourself a second chance, like you.
Hooray. I'm not sure what you see as so wasteful about this opportunity. There's a lot to learn from this opportunity we've been given. To walk alongside this...
Me chasing around you? That was a huge waste of my time.
Oh, I wasn't referring to me. No. I was referring to our subject.
You left the most wonderful program that exists in all of Frostmark. A wealth, a treasure trove of knowledge just underneath your nose, and you decided to go and pick around with some dirt. That's a huge waste of my time to chase after. There are people to do that for you. Besides what we learn at Heinor. It's unbelievable. I don't... How could you
trying to sell me on going back?
There must be something loose in your head. She said you would be like me, but I'm starting to doubt that.
You know, I do value knowledge a lot, almost more than anything. But knowledge without freedom wasn't worth much to me. It was interesting to learn, but I couldn't do anything with it. Not anything that I wanted to. I'm here doing what I want to do and learning what I want to learn.
And we had freedom by being puppets of socialites in Crowhill? Destined to waste our life away just looking good and talking good?
Oh, yeah, no, I would never go back to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, precisely.
I can trade a little bit of my freedom to do what I'm doing right now. Any day of the week. Anyone would be a fool to give that up. So?
If you think me a fool, then that's your prerogative. I can't really do much to change your mind. But I'm here learning what I want to learn. I did not stay because I did not wish to learn there in that way. If Irene wants to be more cooperative now, good for her. And I mean, let's be honest, she's not being that cooperative. She's threatening the lives of my family for my cooperation. Really.
If you knew what I knew, then she's rather kind. But if you would have the patience to find out, then you would know too. Why all of this matter. But until you're proving yourself not to be a fool in my eyes, I guess we can have a professional relationship, but I will not stop talking down to you until you're proving yourself to have at least an iota of brain cells. Now, thank you for the letter, and good night.
If you want somebody to be on your level, you should share your information instead of just hoarding it all to yourself.
Such is earned, but I guess you haven't worked hard in your whole life.
So I've been like sneaking closer to Silas, just like casually through this. So can I like say to him as this conversation? She always this much of a bitch.
Let's simmer on that one as we go upstairs. You two can't hog all the spotlight.
No, please don't.
We gotta go to Unera and then poor Aaron.
Oh, poor Aaron.
Why am I poor?
I
got to speak a
feel
lot tonight.
bad because you haven't spoken so much today, okay?
I was unconscious. What do you
Yeah,
expect?
okay, fair. You got your
Alright.
critical 20 last episode. That was freaking rad. Alright, go upstairs.
Yeah.
He will
Yes,
direct
I'll
you
go.
in this
okay.
direction over here.
Yeah, okay, good. That's the direction I was going anyway.
Alright, perfect. And he's gonna mention to the other share. And in respect, he's gonna wait until you sit down first.
I'll give him a nod and I'll sit.
Alright, and then he will sit down as well. Let's switch up the music a little bit. I don't know what mood we're going in this conversation, but let's
Cordial.
find out. Cordial, okay. Let's see what I have in my bag.
My bag of tricks.
Let's go for a little bit of calmness, huh?
Is there a way I can move her so she's like, do I have to press like shift or something?
Yeah,
So
oh.
she's not like teetering on the edge of the chair. Oh.
Oh, you can move.
There you go.
There
Great.
you go.
The little
It's like
things.
magic. So hard to find out, right?
Yeah.
Such hidden knowledge.
I've been thinking, and I completely understand your position. I understand the fact you feel you will be divided between two masters, two objectives, two loyalties, but I can assure you that our loyalties are one and the same, and rather than being a simple person that you must babysit, I believe that there are things I can offer to such a critical mission that would benefit the mission itself.
Princess,
In
may
particular,
I speak out of turn?
or not?
May I speak out of turn?
Yes?
It sounds to me that you're willing to sacrifice quite a lot to find out more about the mountain, valley, Ravenmoor. What are you looking for? And why?
This is a situation that is, I sense, a once in a lifetime for a missionary like me to be able to learn more, travel alongside, and gather information of the devil, one of the devils, and also an artifact that may belong to such a one.
There might be things that you will discover and that you will learn that will shock you about the church.
Can I request, DM, that we move to a private server for the rest of the discussion?
Oh! Ooh! Well,
Little
just mute
chat
yourself.
room or whatever it's called.
Wow.
Just mute
Ginevra
yourself.
and all her secrets.
Deafin?
Just you mute, and then when
Deafen?
I do this kind of thing, yeah, deafen yourself, and then when I do this, you can undeafen
Alright.
yourself.
Oh, the secrets.
All the secrets. Okay.
Yeah, I forgot I wanted to do that at the beginning, but I don't think it covered anything particularly too bad. Sorry, yes.
Okay.
Continue.
So he said last, there might be things that you will experience that will shock you about what the church is doing.
What is faith if not tested? I wish for this opportunity to test it so that it may grow, and I can do more in the name of Rian.
Then you understand fully that sometimes, for the better of all humanity and for Frostmark, we must do terrible things for the ultimate good.
Or nod. Understanding me. Quite clear in my eyes.
Cardinal LeBlanc, and this information stays between us two priests,
Of course.
is doing things that other parts of the church might frown upon. And therefore we need a non-disclosure agreement from you. Because the church is not ready to know.
Understood.
I am quite relieved to find such a kindred spirit for those that we have gathered in Aino underneath the tutelage and guidance of Cardinal LeBlanc. And I see now that I might have misjudged you. But my orders are my orders. That if you signed a non-disclosure agreement, it might be good to have a priestess with us in a pinch.
I strongly believe so. Not only for my abilities as a priestess, but also for my relationships with Titania herself. As you likely saw, we have developed quite a good relationship over the travels, and I believe that my presence there will increase her collaboration and her willingness to collaborate in this.
Do you have
Sometimes,
the heart to use that against her?
for the greater good, I believe that it's in her best interests. And I would prefer ways where the rod can be spared and can be replaced with the open hand. I think that she will come to see the light if treated in a more delicate manner.
Keeping up this level of security was never feasible in the long run. Trust is earned, and I rather have a cordial working relationship rather than a hostile one, though it will be exceedingly hard to do so with the devil.
Oh no, I didn't.
Oh!
Wait, I didn't hear that.
No! your
My
faces.
Discord is dying.
No! Can you hear me at least?
It's always in these moments.
Okay,
Yeep.
you can hear me? Can you hear me? Oh no. Oh no.
Oh wait.
1 sec. Please die.
So strange.
Yeah, okay, there we go. All right.
I'm back. Okay, I can hear. What happened?
Alright, okay, there we go.
What? I have
Okay.
no idea. Sorry.
No,
I
that's
don't.
good. That's
This
good.
doesn't happen to me in any other any other thing on Discord.
He said lastly that having the security in the long run is not feasible either way, and I am looking forward to the point where we can have a cordial working relationship.
Is that to suggest that all of you are not able to continue on with us?
It will strain us to keep an eye on 3 people at once, at all times.
I would suggest that I may also be able to help in that. Like I said, I've developed a good relationship with Titania, but
Very
also
good.
that of the devil. Though I will admit that it has been strained by this intervention, I believe that
That's brave.
I could... This is my life, Meulen. All the things I do, it's... He
You do have an interesting
deserves our
track record,
bravery.
that's for sure.
I
Okay.
believe that from that relationship, if I can gain his trust, I can get some more information that perhaps Titania's academic perspective may not be able to unearth. Asking, I think you both know that she is not perhaps the most skilled in asking a question without asking a question, and sometimes that leads to the most answers or the most interesting information.
Dealing with Osprey can be a headache on their own, and now you have the double. And good to know that you're on our side.
But in order to support that relationship, I need to not be seen as working so closely with you or with the church. It's obvious that their allegiances are not to the church, and any sense of that from me is going to raise guards against me unless I can convince them otherwise. I obviously continue to work directly for you, for the church, but in order to do that, I need to not be so clearly supportive. Do you understand me?
Playing double agent can be very straining. It's a difficult task. Do you have the mental fortitude and the talent to do so?
I brought him here, didn't I? I've been doing this for a week now, and I wish to continue. I hope that is enough of an answer for you.
Let's... If you wouldn't disagree, Priestess, start it slow and ramp it up as we go.
I think that's a good idea.
Then, as a professional courtesy, I would recommend that you insist to spend the night with the rest of them. I'm sorry if the area is not up to your standards, but it will aid your cause.
I have no issue with the standards of the area, but I think that may be too forward. I think that perhaps being separate for now would be better, otherwise it seems a little too pushy. I think when we have a chance to talk during the day, that would be a time where I can ease myself back in.
Very well. You know them the best.
I will stay in a room by myself to avoid being too strong on either side, if that is all right with you.
Yes, of course. Right. Looking forward to working with such a dynamic priestess.
And you. I'm glad that we have, in all of this mess, come to something that I think will be very beneficial for Rian and for the church. Maybe also for your cardinal as well. I hope so.
For the sake of humanity. He adds.
I'll give him a gracious kind of how a priest would usually act. It's probably not a curtsy, but maybe just a bow. Or how one would treat.
Like
I imagine he's more senior than me, so yeah, recognizing
sure,
that seniority.
He's definitely more senior, but you're still higher up in the hierarchy.
Yeah, exactly. Trying to recognize that.
Alright. He appreciates the gesture. That's for sure.
Alright.
Okay. Alright. Shall we bring in the other people?
Oh, I should probably get my stuff. I guess we can skip that.
Oh yeah. It's okay. We can handle it also.
Yeah. Oh yeah, bring everyone back. Yeah. As in.
Hatta. Okay. Can you send like a message of like?
Yeah. Come.
Hello, I see the little dance.
Yeah, you got it. Come back in. It's just Aspen.
Okay, there we go.
Sweet.
Alright.
Spooky shenanigans.
Yes.
Spooky, scary secrets.
I think
down, it's fine.
for tonight, Silas did not appreciate that comment. He says to you, "Look, now who's getting a little bit spry. I think it's time for the children to go to bed."
Are we back downstairs?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
But we're gonna go upstairs really quick because he's kind of like telling you to go to bed.
Does Osprey still have my books?
Yep.
Aspen, your mic is muted.
I hate life. Anyway, now my headphones are being weird. You know what? My tech is failing. I'm just gonna cry to myself.
Oh no.
Akron's just going to, because that's what I want to know, is how he reacted to that. So Akron is going to try and match the coffee smile he's been giving us all night, like as close as possible.
Yeah.
And give it back to him. But is going to comply with the go to bed thing.
When you copy him, his kind of emotion drops from his face, and he turns a little bit, adds up a little bit more attitude. I meant to say that you all should go to bed. And he kind of copies you, and how you talk, and how you move around.
Akron can respect this game. Can just give him a nod. And be like, right, well, I'll make sure the children get to bed then. Like, give him like a, the same like cocky smile. And like, Akron's seen this guy walk because he walked around. Akron's gonna like continue mimicking him.
He's gonna mimic you
just
in
because
return.
it's funny.
Walking like you walked before. Like Akron
I can
does.
respect this game.
Oh, changed. Alright. For propensity's sake, Medea's eyes follow your form as you're ferried upstairs by Silas. Your books left downstairs. Your heart left downstairs, Akron. and you are. It's not really like you pushed, but you're like hens or cows. You're put into your pen, and you end up in here with a guard outside.
Oh.
What do they see when they walk into the room?
It depends how long it's been, I suppose.
10 minutes? Something like that? Yeah.
10 minutes. Aaron is probably pacing back and forth the length of the room. And as they walk in, he stops and turns to them like in a ready posture as if someone was coming in to, I don't know. He's a prisoner, so defend himself. And then his posture relaxes when he sees the party enter.
Enjoying your day?
Here I thought all these beds were for me.
Japani's just gonna kind of slouch down on sitting on the edge of one of the beds and I have no idea what we're gonna do now.
We're gonna do what they tell us to.
They didn't even have the respect to give me like a pen and a piece of paper.
Tia, were you honestly expecting respect here? You're not stupid, come on.
No. But honestly, it would be in their short-term best interest if I could keep studying each night and keep making progress. Though they seem so cocky that they don't think they need our help with whatever dangers come up.
Yeah, the one that you were talking to seems like a bitch.
Seems like the type of person that Irene wants, somebody who'll keep information secret.
I hate nobles.
What happened whilst I was unconscious?
Well, let's see. Inside, we were all... There were Cardinal Lumina's people, who were apparently tasked with your murder. And there were Cardinal LeBlanc's people who had the same orders that we had, or in that letter, and that we are pretending, not really pretending anymore, let's be honest. Because it's already been done to capture you.
Accepting the deal for living through a fight that was started.
Yeah. And Ginevra, as the fight began, used her status as a priestess to just use her authority to get everybody to stop fighting, and used one of the spell scrolls to send a message to, I believe it was to Cardinal Lumina, and to inform them about the conflict of interest between her and Cardinal LeBlanc, which was enough bargaining power, apparently, to make it so that Irene was the one who would get her way, meaning that you are alive still. However, it also means we have to accept her deal, and we are prisoners in the same way now. Until further notice.
There's not an end to this. When Irene gets something, she keeps it. Welcome to the first day of the rest of your life, probably.
Do you always give up the moment one thing doesn't go your way, Akira?
You'll get used to it. It's not that bad if you play a ball.
What happened to the strong, cocky person that was at the campfires all those nights?
I'm not suicidal, Aaron. Right now, we don't have an upper hand anywhere. We are completely and totally at the disadvantage at this moment. There is no upper hand, there is no strategy in which we come out on top right now. So the best bet is to play ball until an opportunity where we can arises.
Agreed.
And it's not like we don't have.
However,
It's like there won't be some opportunity to make this work.
hoping for an escape or that to come out will prompt behavior that is reckless and, well, obvious. So the best bet right now is to accept where we've been placed and plan as though there will never be such an opportunity.
What do they want from us?
Information? Servitude? Obedience?
They don't want me at all. I'm just part of the price that Titania set.
I don't understand. Doesn't make sense. Why do they need you if they have me?
I honestly don't know why the Cardinal has such an interest in me. Evidently, she's given higher praise than I factually deserve to the others in the program, based on what the person with my books said.
You're surprised. Why? Oh, I realize you didn't know about a lot of the stuff that was going on behind the scenes. Remember when I told you that I'd been assigned to watch you? That was really early on, before you showed success, I guess is the best. I don't know how you measure
you don't have to
stuff.
mince words.
You were being monitored your whole time there. Apparently there was always something about you. I don't know if the same thing was going on for the other students, but I doubt it.
So there's something special with me.
Yeah, you have a fucking backbone.
I think there's more to it than that.
I don't understand why one person with a backbone is worth all this trouble they're going after me.
But what else could it be?
If
I don't
complete
know.
obedience has never yielded results, maybe one of the reasons you were let go for so many years was because Irene suspected that on your own, given what you thought was freedom, you would find things that they never did with captive researchers, I guess. You know, freedom comes with freedom of ideas. And you're not exactly one to shy away from things like delving into weird ruins or grave sites or strange places. You're weird. and unconventional. Maybe that has been thought that it might yield results different.
Is the church that keen on oddities?
How the hell should I know? I just killed people.
Well, then why are you asking questions that you don't know answers to?
I'm trying to give the best informed answer I can with the facts that I've been given. I don't know anything about this stuff.
Titania may well do, though. She does have a remarkable memory. But it's something, for whatever reason, Titania, you're not remembering.
Thinking back through my own history, I never had any hint that I was special in, or had unique treatment for whatever reason. Other than that, I was allowed to be free for after I chose to leave.
Is that normal?
I highly doubt it.
No.
So why
nobody
an exception?
Why exactly? That is the question, isn't it?
For me, this is an oddity too. I have not been overwhelmed like this ever since I've been here. This was different. And I didn't pay attention to their zeal, their ambition. I ignored it. I didn't want to have anything to do with it. You guys wanted to play around with a futile god's power, then that's on you. I didn't want it. But this is different. This brings up old memories I'd sooner forget. And I will not ignore this now. So apologies, Titania. Your stoic and tight-lipped mercenary will have a lot more questions.
Honestly, that sounds good, because I am at a loss, frankly, and I'm not sure where to start aside from trying to get in with these people. Because Osprey definitely knows something, even if it's just the specifics of what Irene has given me as a reputation. I want to know.
They had files on all of us.
Everyone except for the one that's missing in this room.
No, she's with them, obviously.
And how deep is that togetherness?
As much as I'd like to poison the well against Ginevra, I honestly don't think she's as big a fan of this as she may be playing it up. Unfortunately for me, I know that she has an unusual amount of integrity for someone in her position, and she probably genuinely does not want this either. However, annoying as self-reflection is, I know that I am going to be looking for someone to blame, and she's the easiest target, so...
I stand by my statement that I think Ginevra is the only reason well, specifically you two, are alive right now. I don't know if, because if that fight had gone on Acheron, I don't know if you'd have made it out.
Oh, most definitely not.
Yeah, and if Ginevra hadn't intervened, I saw it was, I knew I wasn't gonna be able to handle it, and I was running. I was gonna keep away. If she hadn't intervened, I don't know what would have what would have happened there.
I received a message moments before they came. She left the inn, the tavern, and sent me a message. She was clearly meeting with someone. She had a conversation. I'm sure she gave me a heads up to say that they were coming in, but I don't know.
She could be playing the long con. There's a possibility that she genuinely is a spy and is perhaps one of the most skilled ones I have seen. On the other hand, regardless, I don't know if it matters much because she, like us, regardless of her desires, doesn't have much of a choice if she wants to stay. Either she's on their side, or she's not here.
Let's just say I haven't seen any reason to think why she would be on our side. She has tagged along and just spoken and asked questions, prying questions, trying to learn more about us on the way. And when it all came crushing down, she is now sleeping pretty in her own suite.
You're not going to like what I say next, as if you're going to like anything that I've said at any point during this, but here's what so you're in the shoes essentially of sort of like an agent, but with less power and probably everything else. But here's the point. Those in the church control whether you live or die. Ginevra now holds your life in her hands. Piss her off and she can kill you. With the word. Like that.
Well,
But that's not in her best interest, is it? Regardless, because then she'll be on the bad side of the cardinal.
People are fickle. I've seen priests punish agents for less. It's all about ego. Of which Ginevra seems to have a small one, but like we've established, how much of her facade has been true is unknowable, I suppose, at this point.
In the middle of this conversation, Titania, you hear in your mind a familiar voice.
Okay.
Saying, "You did well. Hold tight. I'm working to give you more breathing room. I hope you're all okay. Just be patient. We'll find a way out of this for all of you. We just have to play along for now. But they can't keep up this level of security forever. There'll be an opportunity eventually. We just have to be ready."
This is the message cantrip?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't
Tanya.
explain it to you because I know that she knows the cantrip,
Yeah.
and so she knows how it works.
So Tanya will reply. She'll take a moment in the conversation. She'll say, "Thank you. It's deeply appreciated. We'll try to hold fast for the time being." Tanya will bring her voice low and kind of tuck in to the group. More so than we were trying to be quite already, and say,
Friend circle.
"Friend circle."
I club dress.
Say, Ginevra's just messaged me, and she's negotiating to give us a bit more breathing room. I am gonna place my trust in her for the time being. I'm willing to have a little bit of patience. And I hope I know this has been a terrible series of coincidences, Aaron, but I think of you as a friend, and I hope you're willing to trust me in putting my trust in Ginevra.
If he just has but a word to say to end my life, then I suppose I will have to have faith in you, having trust in her. But I honestly can't say I am won over by her, so I will play the skeptic if you play the trustworthy person.
I can do that.
And at this point, Aaron,
Oh.
you will hear in your head a familiar voice. If you reply, you won't be heard by others, so you can speak freely. Fighting here is only going to get you killed, as it almost did if I hadn't intervened at the time. I don't know why you turned back, or why you ate the poison willingly, but in both cases I made sure that you survived. I'm doing what I can, but your pride and aggression is only making it harder. I'm not superhuman, Aaron. Neither are you. Not anymore. Just hold tight.
Aaron doesn't respond.
All right. And with the tense, the new tense situation, I guess, of not knowing how your future is going to look like, questions of what Minerva's true loyalty lies, and still the looming mountain and the Raven Moors in the far distance. Going to end tonight's episode of Asians Return. Woo!
Whoop whoop!